sure you don't burn yourself. Oh, the smell, lovely. What's going to happen is the pork is going to take up all that flavor from the veggies and the cucumber wine. If you've never used cucumber wine or cucumber sake in cooking pork or chicken, you're definitely missing out on a treat. Then also the olive oil that I have infused with smoked garlic. Ah, lovely. This one. Oh, well. Make sure you do not burn yourself. Make sure you don't get a steam burn because there's still moisture in the pot. And steam burns to me are worse than burns from direct fire. So just make sure you be very, very careful. Now, pork in here, nice and settled in. I'm going to pour in some more of this cucumber sake. Cucumber sake is by Taiku. All right, so don't know. Yep, there we go. It has a very clean, fresh cucumber taste to it, and I love experimenting with sakes, cooking with them. Not necessarily drinking them for entertainment, but definitely for cooking. Pork up a little bit so that way some of that cucumber sake can get underneath the meat. And I have my oven already preheated to 360 degrees, so pretty much between 356 and 360 degrees for 2.5 hours is what we're going to cook this at. Give it a little bit of time so the sake can cook down, and then we're going to pour in some broth, or if you have stock, pour some of that in, and we're going to pour the broth in just enough to reach just below the skin. Okay, so you don't want to cover the meat, you want the broth to go all the way up to just where the skin area starts at. So that way the pork can take in all the flavor of the stock or the broth, and then your skin on top will be nice and crispy. And we're going to cook this for 2.5 hours with your oven at 360 degrees. So I say, depending on how you can adjust your oven, between 356 is a good number to be at if you can get your oven set it at that temp. In my case, mine goes up, it doesn't go 356, it goes up to 360. So it goes in 5 degree increments. So I'm setting my oven at 360 degrees, and we're going to cook it for 2.5 hours. Alright, so it looks like it's cooked down enough. So we're going to pour in some of this broth. And we're going to pour it just enough in there to cover the veggies almost, but we're going to stop at where it gets to the skin. Okay? We're going to lift the meat because we don't want to have one side higher than the other, and we want to have an even distribution of broth. Ah, it smells so good. And I can pour some more in. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.